It is Tuesday the 22nd of October. We've already had a busy morning. Let's get today done. Ben is back in. It's the first load of stuff being moved from the estate I bought about 180 tonne from. This is all the ash. So, looking good. Slowly filling up the track. Foggy morning in the yard. I need to move a couple of them IVCs, and we're moving the deck in a minute when Colin gets in, so should make it a bit easier. He is in another. I'm going to go straight back and get another load now, and he may go and get another load after that. Certainly a lot longer than a standard Arctic. But you can definitely get more on. If it's partly seasoned, then you can get more on, because he hasn't got to worry about the weight too much. I should think this does weigh a little bit more than a standard Arctic. Lovely. It's a good start to a Tuesday morning. Who can see the steam pouring out of the kiln? You can see where the condensation is sticking to the outside of the kiln, because the outside's cold. Obviously, it's an insulated container, so that's completely cold, and then the inside nice and warm, so you can see where the steam's coming out and sticking to the outside of the container. Look. We're right up to 124, so we're nice and hot. If I set this a bit lower, you may well see the fan. So that's kicking out a lot of steam that end, pulling it all out. It's hard to see. It's not that cold. About 6 or 7 degrees this morning. But there is steam coming out, which shows it's pretty wet in there. Just about to see the fog, I think. Colin is cleaning off the pallets, and then he's going to spray it down with a little bit of diesel just on the bare metal parts where the splitter and the blade is, just with a little handheld spray can, and that will keep it nice. Give it a grease up so it's all ready for next time. He's just digging out all the sawdust and blowing it out from underneath. Nice, good job. So another job Colin is going to do while I'm out is all these short bits. They're going to be pretty much unprocessable because the gap between the timber deck and the factory and stuff like that. So he's just going to butt those up by hand with the 500i, and we'll drop them into the split 400. I'll just quickly show you what we got in this morning, which is the start of the 180 tonne to 200 tonne. I think it's about 180 tonne from Sussex there. Ben's gone back to get another load. I didn't realise how long this has been down. It's been down for a little while. It's just starting to lose its colour. So I've actually got Ben, on any future loads, he's going to stack it behind this stuff. I'll probably stack this stuff on top of it. But he's going to go out into the field. Well, not out into the field, but he's going to park on the track here. Boom, over this. And he's going to make another stack behind. Because we don't want to take up valuable space trackside. We've got a lot of timber coming in over the next couple of months. God, look at that view, look. So yeah, like I was saying, we're going to cross stack it over there into the field. We can forget about it. It's a nice inventory because it's a nice size for the factory and the Palax. And when spring comes around and we need to start filling up the second depot again with vented bags, this will be absolutely perfect because it would have been already part season for a bit. So that's my thought there. I'd rather process completely green now, put it into cages, then put it in the kiln, rather than not waste, but waste part seasoned, putting it in the kiln. I'd rather put that in vented bags. It's all about future planning. This camera makes the sun look huge, but what a morning, look at that. You cannot beat working in a place like this. I'm loving these crisp, foggy mornings. But me and Woody are going to head out. We've got a couple of deliveries to do, 5 bags, 3 of them being very locally and then 2 of them being a little bit further afield. And yeah, and then we'll be back and on the factory. Over and out. Right guys, so I'm hoping this will track me. Mic on. This is a new delivery. Just confirmed where he wants it. Bit of a tree to contend with. That's all right. Got 2 bags to go down there. Try and get this up and out of the way. This tree. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. Just wants them outside this door so we can put them in the store. It's pretty cool that when it works, the tracking. And then we've got to stand this side, so I don't want to stand under that there. There we go. Simple as that. Double check he doesn't need any kindling. Look in the book. And then we've just got 2 more bags to go to Tunbridge Wells, which is, it's about 20 minutes from here. Going to be going past my favourite village store so I can get myself a little bit of breakfast. And then we're done. And then we're going back to process. So it's currently 10 o'clock. And it shouldn't take us too much longer. Fingers crossed we'll be back by 11. And then we'll have a fairly good day at processing then. Absolutely amazing morning. Alright then, Woody. Right, the big old log this. We weren't too sure whether it would go in or not. And it just about fits. High production wood, that. A very high production wood. Second load in again today. It's the first load in a bit of better light. As you can see, he's cross-loading it over this stack. Getting it out in the field, a bit more space. Filling up, guys. Love it. Well, guys, it's 5:15. Just finished. We've done quite a bit for an afternoon, to be honest. We didn't really get started till about 12:30ish, about 12 to half 12. And then Colin had his lunch, and I carried on processing for a bit. Yeah, we're getting through it. It's going well. Colin's been doing a lot of cleaning up and a lot of ringing up the stuff that we can't put through the processor if it's really, really bendy. So we've got a bit of a pile here. As you can see, we've got a few rings. We've got to drop through the 400 tomorrow. A few on that pallet. We're just cleaning up logs as we go. Instead of just putting it to a side and kind of doing it later, we're trying to get through it and get it done now. But we actually got done, I believe, 26. So sorry, yeah, we got quite a bit done today. There was one stack on this row missing, but there was 3 cages on the floor with tops on. So if you minus 3 off that, we've got 24 there, plus 1, 25. 25 this afternoon isn't too bad. We're going to push for another 40 tomorrow. What I would really like is to finish off this row. So we've got another stack of 40 here, and that would take us up to 160 cages full up. I would also like to then have 28 on this row to put in the kiln on the probably the Monday, if I'm honest. For the reason being, we seem to get to this point every time, and then we load up the kiln and I have to take away this whole row and maybe a little bit of this, and it just looks like you're making a big impact every time. So now we've got on the factory, we can definitely make a bit of progress, and I would like 4 rows of 40 all the time, and then eventually we'll have 5 rows all the time. You know, we're just carrying on progressing, and then in theory we'll just be replacing the 30 odd that I'll be putting in the kiln every week, keeping ahead on the processing side of things. When we're really pushed for timing in the kiln, maybe over Christmas and New Year, I will use this stuff, the oldest stuff we processed, and that should potentially drop off a day, maybe 2 of the kiln, because this has been processed for a good couple of months now, and some of it's actually sounds a lot drier than the stuff we've been processing now. So yeah, it's nice to see nice big stacks of timber. The achievement we want to make this week is 4 permanent rows plus whatever we need for the kiln only next week. We're very caught up with deliveries. I've got some to do on Friday, and then a couple to do next week, but apart from that we're all caught up. Whatever comes in this week I'll try and get done early next week, and then we'll try and get 2 to 3 more days on the factory again next week. So potentially we're going to fill up all our cages we've got, even the stuff from the second depot. I'm going to go up to the second depot now and grab a load of 18 with my truck and trailer, because if I don't, we're going to run out of cages tomorrow. I will potentially go and get a load tonight and a load tomorrow morning before Colin gets here, because when both of us here, it really does work well. And who knows, we did 25 in half a day, we might get 50 done tomorrow on the right timber. I haven't had to change the chain once today. It's been blooming brilliant. I didn't think this would make a big difference, but I will just mention it because it might help some of you out. On the chain sharpener, so a lot of you have mentioned before I need to get a new, I believe it's a CNC wheel or something. It's a different wheel, and I will get one when this one's worn out. I'm just a bit of a tight skate and I would like to get this used up. Now, it was all covered in debris, okay, from the chain oil that's been kind of burnt off on the chain or whatever, sawdust and stuff. So that was all plugged up with black stuff. Colin brought in his grinding wheel cleaner, well not cleaner, but it grinds away the grinding wheel. You can't do anything else. You can't use pretty much anything else apart from that. Must be sort of some diamond engraved stone or something like that, I don't know. But it cleans it up, and cleaning it up has really helped. It doesn't heat up the blade nearly as much or anything at all. And it cuts so much cleaner, and it sharpens so much quicker. So keep on top of that. I've learnt my lesson. I'm going to keep on top of that. Keep the grinding wheel nice and clean. You can see it now, hopefully, if it focuses. Yeah, so it's nice and clean now. I'm starting to get a bit of build up there. Maybe that's just where I didn't clean off in the first place. But it's all clean compared to what it was like. It was all black, do you remember? It was all black around this edge. And that was just gunged up with basically chain oil. So doing that has really helped. It's got a better edge. And that chain has lasted, I know it was half a day, but it's lasted really well. And it was even cutting really quickly at the end of the day. So yeah, lesson learned. I'm going to keep that wheel nice and clean, and that should help with the grinding of chains a little bit more. I'm not sure I'll film going to get another load of cages, because you saw that the other day. I don't know whether I'm going to sign off for this video or carry on tomorrow, but tomorrow's going to be a big day. We'll see. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday the 23rd of October. Now, I know I said I didn't have any deliveries today, but luckily I looked in the book and I've got one very local barrow bag to do. I believe this is at a holiday home, and I pre-booked it about 2 weeks ago. So I'm just nipping up to do that. Colin is just having a bit of a clean up, filling up the burner, getting things all ready for when I get back, and then we can crack on with more Fuelwood Factory production. As you can see, Colin's doing a grand job of cleaning up the logs, just taking off any knots. Just makes it a bit easier to run through the processor itself. So fingers crossed you can hear me alright. We had a little bit of problem with the conveyor this morning. It's obviously just stretched out slowly and it kept stopping. So what I did was adjust the tensioning bolts at this end, and I also sped it up a little bit to try and get the product away from the split 400 itself. It's producing that much logs now, we've turned it up. So basically the elevator is not producing up. Flying. Automated firewood is the future. As you can see, I'm going to advance to the next job now, just with the remote here. Nice and slow. There we go. Like it's busting through one big old knot there. A little bit of mess, but still useful logs. doing, we're trying to keep on top of just filling this last cage. Colin then takes this cage away and replaces it, and then I come straight back to it. So I go to the second cage while he's changing, then try and come back to the first cage. So we're always taking out this first cage. And then if Colin is up sorting timber, or getting more timber from the timber stack, I can either jump on the forklift myself or fill up 3 cages, which is a nice buffer. Well, on this big timber, it doesn't take too long to fill them. Gets the forklift there already. Right to the next log. This is where this process really shines. Nice big diameter timber, making nice consistent square logs. I'm hoping you guys can hear me alright, because it's very loud in here, but I do have the mic. Just look at the consistency. You cannot get that with a standard wedge unless it's exactly the same diameter of log every single time and it's perfect for the wedge itself. Which log to take out? That what log? Say, these are the ones on the outside. What are we doing? And we're filling up cages fast. We've got variation of timber size here. It will make exactly the same size log. Now, while we're filling cages, processing away, Colin has gone up and he's just sourcing timber. He's cleaning up timber that needs cleaning up. See up there. The next thing I'm going to look out for is a second-hand timber trailer, like a proper one. Get a bit more timber on each time, because we can only really get about a deck full. It would help if we had a new pin put on the trailer. But yeah. Getting through the lovely straight stuff. And as I say, he's bucking up anything that needs bucking up here. But another job I'm doing, we're full. Move the conveyor over. Look at that. We're full. Yeah. Lovely. Sorry about the messy hair. I'm having a haircut tomorrow. And I'm also going to see Chris Stapleton tomorrow. So I look forward to that. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. I am actually sharpening chains while I'm processing. You can't do that with any other processor, I don't think. Well, any other standard processor, you obviously do it with the other integrated processors. I'm also speaking to people on the phone, taking orders. Doing this all, I tend to have 2 hands on on this. That camera's picking that up lovely. On this, nearly at the end of the timber again, just advance the next one. And then what we've got to do is butt it up with the next log. So we press the override button and that advances the log in until we touch this one here. And then when it cuts the last ring, it brings it up nice and square, look. Don't have to do anything. And it will cut off the excess. And after it's cut it will drop down into the trough below. You would have seen that. I need to clear this up a little bit. But then, you can't see it, but the offcut then comes out the little chute here. I then place that in this bin, which will go outside to season for a good few months. And if it's not dry enough, it will then go in the kiln. But this is just for burner fuel. All these offcuts like this, look, makes great burner fuel. Nothing wasted here at Oak Farm. We'll try and automate as much as we can. With this waste here, that's come off the cleaner, this is the pre-screen, this is taking out everything, bits to small logs. When I say small logs, I mean bits like this. Now this is still a product. We take these bins of waste and put them over our Jappa roller cleaner, or Yappa roller cleaner maybe I should say, which then takes out those bits, which we then re-dry and make into pizza logs. So I hope that all makes sense. We've got two guys producing a lot of firewood in a day. Colin is cleaning up logs as well as bringing down logs and taking away logs. He's taking away logs now. There you are, Colin is just replacing the cage. And I can remotely bring the conveyor back over. So just using the remote, we can bring it back over to the first one. And Colin is taking the cages straight out and onto the stack. Nice and close by, which they will go there to season until they go in the kiln. While all that's being done, I am standing here sharpening chains when we need them. It's pretty simple. We're maximising time. I think we are very, very efficient. And that's the only way to do firewood. Efficiency. You can hear there, the wall's jammed up on a knot. We'll just reset that. Turn it down a little bit. Big knot there. Lovely. So we're just working a bit like a military operation really. We've all got our routines now and we're producing high quality firewood, nice consistent size, without even having to touch the wood. Put the machine outside, moving the logs down, they go straight on, through the X-shaped machine, no re-splits needed. And we are also also getting 2 products off the same line. Granted, we'll have to do one more process, but these pizza logs are an absolute game changer as well. We don't have to make a separate product. We're using the waste to make another product. I absolutely love this machine. As you can see, we're just cleaning up just these knobbly ends here. Just make processing. That was just a bit of an update, really. I'm going to carry on sharpening these chains and processing all these lovely logs. We'll catch up after lunch. I need to fix that light. Sorry guys, back to the phone for this short clip. Didn't get as many done as wanted to today, but we did still achieve a lot. There was a huge mess here. The sawdust was starting to smell where it was just rotting on the bit hardcore, still left over kind of from the pallets. Really can't wait to get this section concreted now. It's a very high traffic area and it's the kind of last bit to do. As you can see, this is my second load. I'm going to take up the field of just rotten sawdust. Soon break down and we'll spread it on the fields. But we got done 26 today and 24 yesterday. So not bad, not great. Realistically, we didn't really have a full day. I didn't get back from my delivery until about 10:30ish. You know, I'm not really making excuses, but you know, is what it is. Still a fairly good day. I'm not going to take out the kiln until probably Tuesday morning or Monday afternoon, because at the moment the humidity in the kiln is still reading 40%. So it looks like I'm going to have to run it over the weekend and yeah, just get her done for the wholesale client. We do only really have what have we got there, 9 cages there, plus I think we've got 2 in there. So we were going to run out. I didn't go and get the other load this morning. I got the load of cages last night, but I didn't go and get another load this morning. So we probably would have run out anyway. Well, we would have run out anyway before we got to my 37 or 47, whatever I wanted to do. I forgot what it was now. But yeah, still making progress. We want to keep these 4 lines, and before we change over the kiln, we will get 30 before we change over, and then this whole stack won't be touched to fill up that kiln. Still pretty caught up on deliveries, so next week we're going to do a lot more processing. We've still got a lot more timber. We did go through quite a lot of knotty stuff this time, which was nice. Colin did a really good job cleaning up all the logs, but obviously made a lot of mess. So we cleaned up the mess this afternoon. About 3:30 we went, right, let's just have a big clean up. And I'm cleaning out the gutters all the way along because they got quite bad. So good jobs have been done other than processing. But yeah, it's all part of it really. Sometimes you don't get as much done as you wanted to get done. It is what it is. You guys probably be just as amazed as I was. Oh no! Oh no! The bloody hook came undone. Oh no! Oh, sometimes you just gotta laugh, otherwise you'll cry. Flipping hell. Right, time to do some more clearing up. Right, I've devised bit of a holding mechanism because it's so front heavy, it wants to unlatch itself. So I need to try and hold. There I am. And what I was going to say is I bet you're going to be as amazed as I am how capable this little forklift is getting up the wet track. I really hope this doesn't come undone now. Right, now it can tip because I want it to. Lovely. Right guys, so one mucky end to the day. Gutters cleaned, yard cleaned. I'm very happy it's looking a little bit more presentable around here. We've got quite a few cages done. It is what it is. We can always process more next week. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content again today. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. It really helps the channel grow. I'll see you guys in the comments and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.